You're welcome to my life. Today is the stigma of being a single mother or single parent, single parenting. And we have a guest as usual. So, in case you need to invite someone to join the live, please do so. Yes. Hi. Hi,
Hello, good morning.
Blondie. Hi, Blondie.
Hey, good morning.
Good morning, Miss Blonde. It looks so good on you. Sorry? What did you say? It's breaking. It's breaking actually, but it's okay. It's breaking. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
I can hear you, but it's kind of breaking.
Or maybe it's the network.
Yeah, trying to send the link out. So
Okay.
yeah, I'm just trying to send the link out. First of all, reduce this. Send.
But the volume, is it okay?
Yeah, the volume is okay. You
Okay,
have a
good.
body mic on?
No, I have my AirPods on.
That's why. It sounds funny.
Okay.
It
It
sounds
sounds funny.
funny.
Do I
Yes.
need to take it out?
I will prefer it out, yes. So that it comes
Okay.
with the natural, like from the phone.
Okay, so is it better now?
Yes, I think it's better now. It's better now.
It's better now?
Yes, it's better now.
Okay. Let
Okay.
me adjust
Uh
my volume.
yeah, yeah. Okay, so I've sent out the link. Then let me concentrate. You look good. Damn.
Thank you. You too. I just got into work. I'm like, I hope I get in time for the interview
Yes, yes.
for
The
our
blonde is
gist
good.
section.
Damn. I'm
Thank you,
think
love.
I've been
And you
thinking.
too.
Thank you. I've been thinking maybe I will go blonde in summer. I don't know
You
yet.
should. You should.
Yes, I've been like having that thought in my head for the longest time. Like I really want to go in
Yeah.
summer.
Yeah.
But
You
we'll
should.
see. We'll see. We'll see. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. And you, how are you?
I'm all right. I'm all right.
Feeling
I'm just
better now?
what?
I said you feeling better now?
Yeah, we'll talk about that after.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's a lot better. Okay,
Awesome.
so today we are talking about the stigma of being of single parenting or the
Mm.
stigma of being a mother because
Mm-hmm.
I'm particular about
Mother.
females, mothers, you know, because I told somebody a few months ago, I said nobody get into marriage with the hope of divorce.
Yeah,
Same way, no woman sit down to say, I want to be a single mother.
of
So
course.
the stigma of, oh, she's a single mother. Oh, he's a
That
single
kind of
mother.
thing. Especially in this part of the world.
It's disgusting.
Crazy. Yeah.
It's
I
like
mean,
it's
because people are
yeah.
not so used to, I don't know, maybe I'm I want to think that it's because of exposure.
Mm-hmm.
Because I've dealt with people who have gone out, and I've dealt with people who are in Nigeria and live in Nigeria. That is two different experiences.
Mm-hmm.
The experiences are different.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
So yeah, then I tell people nobody gets into a marriage with the hope of I'm going to have a divorce. The
exactly.
same way no woman sits down to say I want to be a single parent.
Mm,
So the stigma for me is disgusting. Well, like you said, it's exposure because when I was very young, I'm
yeah,
not gonna lie, when I was very
yeah,
young, if you tell me you're a single parent, I'm like,
yeah, yeah.
so there was this like, what's wrong with this one?
That kind of thing.
That
Yeah,
kind
I
of thing.
get.
So
Mm-hmm.
I was judgmental. I was
Right.
one of those people. But now
Mm-hmm.
I'm seeing things in a different light, and I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
these people should be given an award. Do
Exactly.
you know what it
Exactly.
entails to train a child alone?
Hmm. I mean, it's one of the craziest things to do,
Mhm.
because you find yourself having double personalities. You understand?
Yes.
There are times you want to play mother, there are times you want to play father. So and sometimes it's conflicting, because you find yourself where you need both parents to be present, and
True.
there's just one parent present. So
Hmm.
you either have to play the roles, sorry,
Hmm.
and have your child trusting that you're capable enough, and you're trusting you're trustworthy enough,
Hmm.
or you fail. So it's kind of like a tricky situation.
True. True.
Kind of like a tricky situation
It
sometimes.
is tricky. It is tricky, and
Hmm.
I find it really weird because well, I'm going to start the interview in a minute. I'm just trying to stretch a little bit so people can
Yeah.
join. Because
Okay.
I had a live yesterday and I had like over 50
Oh,
people join.
wow, awesome.
Yeah, it was
Well, hoping that they'll
someone
turn
who,
up today.
yeah, so I'm just trying to kill time,
Yeah.
and I think you should also share to Facebook as well. You should share.
Okay.
You did already?
I shared to my WhatsApp. Let me share to other
Facebook,
platforms.
yeah, you can share to
Yeah.
Facebook and Instagram
Mm-hmm.
while we try to beat that,
Copy
try to make
link.
people come. Oh, there
So
was a
you,
lady who asked after you. She was like, what is, yes. Let me send it to her specifically. Okay, are you there? Are you there? Okay, yeah. Okay, so Teresa, if you're here, say hello. Because she had a situation. Okay, people are joining now, so we can start officially. Okay, so you have is it a foundation you have? Do you
yes, we
want to
do
talk
have a
about it
foundation.
and what made you want to join?
Okay,
Like
so
what made you okay, let me join. Oh, Teresa she's coming. So what
okay,
made you feel like do you have another phone playing this?
yeah.
Please just reduce the volume to the barest minimum.
No, I'm not playing anything on the phone.
Okay.
It's probably an interference from network.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
So, what made you feel like, okay, it's a foundation? Greetings to you both. Nice seeing you guys. Thank you so much, David.
Nice to see you too.
David, please share on Facebook and Instagram so people can join. I know a lot of people have questions. I mean, she's a guru. She has a foundation. For her to have a foundation for single parenting, you know
Yeah.
that she must have been through something, that triggered that. So we are here for questions and answers as well. Okay, please. So,
Hmm.
what made you feel it's important to drive this? Because I think it's a vision.
Yes, it is a vision, and it was birthed when, based on my experiences as a single
Mhm.
mother. For people who know me, I became a single mother at 15, which is like I was barely a child. I was just a child, mothering a child. You get,
Yeah.
and I am also a daughter of a single parent,
Oh,
and
okay.
the reason why I became a better mother than my mother was is because I saw and I experienced what it meant not to have a mother figure and a father figure around. And having your grandparents and uncles and aunts, shuttle between being mother and father to you.
One
So when
minute.
I became a
Oh, one
parent,
minute. I'm so sorry for interrupting. Teresa, if you're here, say hello. She become a single parent is not by choice, but by force. But I mean, she
oh,
has to take up the heart. And she
yeah,
specifically asked after you. She was like,
oh,
do you have
great.
this lady? So, as we go, you put in you tell me, you can say it, you can write it on the comment section, your
Okay,
Instagram handle.
Teresa,
So
hi. Thank
I
you for
hope,
joining.
yeah, she just sent me a message that she joined already. So if you can just put
Okay,
in your Instagram. Are
okay,
you
awesome,
still live? Yes.
awesome.
Oh, they said it's freezing.
It's freezing.
I'm seeing messages on my WhatsApp. Okay, I think you should carry on. Please put in your Instagram handle so
Okay.
people can follow
On
your
the comment
Instagram
section?
on the comment section as well. Yes, please.
Okay.
Yes.
Um,
So put in your Instagram. You know what? Let me call her on this. Oh my God, what's going on today?
I don't know. I think it's the
Trying to call
network
her on WhatsApp.
is pretty bad.
Yeah, I think network is pretty bad because I'm seeing messages, but what I would do is that I'll just
Mhm.
copy and send it to them.
Okay.
Hello.
Hi. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Okay, so we can start. Let's just start.
Okay.
Okay, so what made you were talking about
Yes. So, because of the things I had gone through, trying to being a mom at a young age, going through, not having a mother figure, and all the things I learned in the process, the ups and downs, I decided that, you know what, not like I decided, it
mm-hmm,
came as a very strong, unction from God. So every
mm-hmm,
time I prayed, it will be like I have a burden in my heart, and then I'll start crying. So one day I was like, why am I feeling people's pain?
hmm,
I've been through mine. Nobody felt mine. So why should I be the one to be the one to liberate other people? And the Holy Spirit said, well, you went through this so that people can learn from your experience.
mm-hmm.
There is nothing that God does that does not have, a good
A
end, because
reason.
his thoughts for us are of good and not of evil. So I started by talking to people around me from my Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
People would come into
Oh,
my
Teresa
DM.
is here. I'm so happy.
Okay.
Thank you. I'm glad you are
Hi,
hosting a
Teresa.
single.
Welcome.
Teresa, she put in her Instagram so you can also follow, but just follow through to the end because
Yes.
she became a single mom at a very young age, just like you. So I mean, so please stay true, stay till the end. And if you have any question
Yes,
at
please
all,
drop your questions in the
please just
comments.
drop your question and she'll be more than willing to answer you.
Of
Please
course, of course. That's
carry
why I'm
on.
here.
Mhm.
So along the process, I started by talking to young people on my Facebook page,
Mhm.
and a lot of I didn't concentrate on only single parents. It was like a general thing for youths.
Yeah,
Because the first thing we need to tackle if we want to reduce single parenting is to educate our girls on sex education,
true.
right? So I started that by, getting into being friends with these girls and asking them what their sexual life is like, what's their dating life, telling them that this is my story. I got pregnant at 15, even though I didn't plan for it, but I took responsibility. Can you do that? If no, then you have to reduce your sexual escapades or take measures on so that you don't fall pregnant and bring a child to the world that you would not be responsible for. Because I know
Yeah.
what it feels like to grow up without a mother, So, and then it
Godfather.
blossomed into a foundation, and we started. I found out that there are a lot of single mothers who are lost, especially in the rural areas. Like they've given up on life, like whatever happens happens. But I wanted to give them hope that irrespective of how many children you have, irrespective of what the situation was, number first thing is for you to heal. Because if you heal in the inside, you can have the time to sit down and think about a future that you can create. But if you're still living in that bitterness, you're going to be blinded to everything. So we did that. We started the counseling, and then we did some. We still do skills acquisition, so that when once you can do something, it will be easy for you to wake up every morning with purpose, and then
Yeah.
tone it down on the hatred for your child's father and more love for the child. So it's an intertwined thing. So I would say the reason why I started that foundation is because I know people needed me. They needed to hear my story. They needed to hear how I did it all alone and
At a
get
young age.
get that inspiration that if she can do it, I can do it. I don't have two heads.
Yeah.
You understand? It's just determination, trust in God, and hard work. That's all. You understand? So the foundation was birthed so that people can have hope. There will be hope for single parents, and also to sensitize the general public, because a lot of stigma is killing single parents in Africa.
Yeah.
So that's how we started.
Wow, that's nice.
Mm,
Because
yeah.
now we're about to talk about the real stigma of being single parents. Like
Mm,
I said, I have a couple of friends who were in a serious relationship and they got pregnant, then the guy bailed out, something like that. Teresa has her story, you have your story, everybody has their
yeah.
story. Now, the
Exactly.
education is, like I said, I was one of those people when I was growing up. If you tell me you're a
Hmm.
single parent, I'm like,
Mm.
because I was
This person must be wayward, though. You
very
understand?
wayward. Because I was
Yeah.
raised in a Christian home, So
Hmm.
my mom was
Hmm.
like, if you do this, I
Yeah.
break you, Assemblies of God mothers, trust them now.
Exactly. Yes.
So because of that, I had this thing for single parents that,
I
which I
know.
would not say affected me in some ways,
Hmm.
But then
Yeah.
growing up, being in diaspora, I feel that Africa needs to wake up. I mean, not only
Hmm.
Africa, not
Hmm.
only Africa,
Don't.
it's also here. I have
Yeah.
friends that have children outside the wedlock, not by chance, not by choice, but it
Yeah.
just happened. But what are they supposed to do?
Mm.
What are they supposed to do to kill the child?
Exactly.
They already
Exactly.
committed the sin of fornication, so they should not kill the child, commit
Exactly.
murder. What are they supposed to do?
Hmm.
And some of these
Yeah.
women are going through traumas, because of the stigmatization. They
Mm-hmm.
cannot speak for themselves. So I want you to really talk about the stigma behind it, behind
Okay.
single parenting.
Single parenting. Okay. One of the pressing stigma I would really say I've seen and I've experienced is the fact that when you have a child here,
Mm-hmm.
the first thing people think of you is you're wayward, you're a prostitute, you're not fit to be in the public. You understand? You're supposed to go somewhere and hide yourself for the rest of your life.
Yeah,
You
right.
get? And then that extends to how you're being treated in your home
Mm-hmm.
by family,
Mm-hmm.
outside amongst your friends, amongst your community.
Mm-hmm.
Then that extends to school. If you if you have to go back to school, then you have to live with, no mind that one, prostitute. If not, you should open leg anyhow. You understand?
Yeah.
But what people fail to understand is that it takes two to make a baby.
Takes two to tango.
Yes. So if you're stigmatizing the woman, calling her loose and wayward and whatever, what about the man? Did you even stop to listen to her story? Was she raped? Was she
Mm-hmm.
abused? Was she in a is she coming out from a failed marriage? Do you understand? Or what is that thing that made her be a mother? But in Africa, people don't care. When once you're a mother, you're a prostitute. When once you're a mother, you're wayward. They don't care about the situation that, brought about you becoming a parent. And that's very bad because, okay, for instance, now I spoke to a single mother, I think it was 2 months ago. She was really heartbroken. She just relocated to Abuja and we were helping her get a place to stay. And she went to, we took her to a couple of other places because I can't do the whole wakais. My agents are doing. So one of the places she liked, the landlady, a woman like her, said she won't give her the house because she doesn't have a husband. How can you be a
Wow.
mother without a husband? I cannot give any ashawo my house. So
In
she
a
came to me and she
nutshell, a
complained.
shower in Nigeria means prostitute.
Yes, Ashawo in Nigeria means prostitute. So she's like, she can't give a prostitute her house because how many men did you have to sleep with to have a child? Probably, I'm sure you don't even know the father of the child. That's why you cannot come here with a man. All sorts of things. And she was heartbroken because this lady, she's about 25 and she's a widow. Her husband died 2 years into the marriage. But nobody has the empathy to ask, how did you become a single mother at such a young age? Why are you struggling alone? Everybody just immediately writes you off.
Hmm.
You understand? So these are the things that single parents, single mothers have to pass through in the society, which we are trying to sensitize people and get them to start thinking differently, start, relating with this sets of people differently, and to also give the single parents the wings to fly. Because a
Very
lot
well.
of them are living in this cage where they feel like, I'm not enough, I can't, I'm not worthy and all that. So if people understand them and where they are coming from, and they too feel comfortable enough to relate with the society at large, it will build a level of confidence in them that will also affect the child. Because if
True.
I'm not confident, my child won't be confident.
Hmm.
When my child does something, I'll be like, no, 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 don't do that. Oh, no, don't go there. Oh, no, don't. You are restricting that child. You understand? So this is a lot of thing going on that it even affects us at work. Because I remember when I started working where I'm working currently, the sitting Oga, that's boss at that time, he was always frowning at me like, why are you a single mother? Then he started making sexual advances at me. And when I turned him down, he was like, but if you're acting like as if you're a holy, how did you now have a child? Do you understand? I'm like, so because I had a child and you don't know the situation and the circumstances surrounding my motherhood. you feel like I should go about distributing sex
Caregiver.
just because, do you know, because I have a child. So these are the things that we are currently experiencing. Single mothers are currently going through that. We feel like, I mean, this wasn't my fault. And even if it's my fault, it's not murder. So I should be allowed to
I
live.
contributed to the society.
Exactly. God said, go into the world and multiply. Any way you want to multiply, multiply. You're doing good. So yeah, that's
Okay.
one of the bothering stigma I've seen around single parenting.
Okay. So how did you got pregnant at 15? See,
Mm.
I'm trying to wrap my head like
Around
around
it,
it.
right?
How did you survive? What
Mm-hmm.
gave you the strength to carry on? How did
Yeah.
you become this? Now, this is what I said. I said yesterday in one of my interviews. I
Yes.
said, when I see people say, I am a strong black woman,
Woman. Mm-hmm.
see, the power behind that statement means that you've gone through fire.
Mm-hmm.
You've turned the fire into air condition and you've
Right.
come out alive. That
Right.
makes you a strong black woman.
Woman. Exactly.
It's not by I'm a
It's not
strong.
by
Keep
mouth, oh.
quiet, though.
It's not by mouth, oh. When you've
What
not gone
price
through the
did you
fire.
pay to end that word? Strong.
Yeah. Yeah.
So looking at you, I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
damn,
Mm-hmm.
this must be a strong black woman. But how did
Right.
you do it? How did you get through? How did you become this powerful woman? You know,
Mm-hmm.
because what I see is power. So
Yeah.
how did you become this? How what gave you the wings? Let's start
Mm.
from the pregnancy till having the child till
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how he's no longer a child. That should be a man or a woman now.
She's a lady.
Lady May.
She's a lady.
So what made you now like what what happened to you? I don't know
Mm.
how did but you understand where the question is coming from.
Yeah.
Like I
Mm-hmm.
just want to know how did you now get here from
Okay.
the birth to the post depression and all
Mm.
the first 1 year, 5 years, 10 years, how did you survive
Mm.
as a
Yeah.
single parent, as a young single mother? How did you survive?
Mhm. Okay, so has to do with how I was raised. You
Hmm.
know, this was raised, and that's affirmation.
Mm-hmm.
My grandmother, she be a problem to me because right from when I was young, pocket confidence in me.
Hold
You,
on a
if
minute. Hold on a minute. The phone is coming as freezing and going back. It's just in between. So I don't know what's going on. It just keeps
yeah,
freezing
maybe.
and unfreezing.
Mm.
Damn, you look beautiful. Okay, that's what I'm saying. Before you said thank you, it's just went thank you. So I don't know what's going on, like on the metrics.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe it's
Maybe somebody was trying to call you. Let's go. If it's not okay, I will say.
okay. Okay, so when
Mm-hmm.
your dad's
Hmm.
and home for us to go do the abortion.
Hold on. It was breaking. at that point.
Okay.
It was breaking
Yeah.
at that point. I only heard you said you had sex once, and I had abortion
Yes.
the next. Please go over it again.
That time it was
Mhm. Yeah.
a childhood friend, and so I was sent. Mother abortion, and I told my grandmother. Everybody was like, "Are you crazy? 11? You want to understand?" So I was like, "Are we?"
We're not good. We're not good. I'm literally praying in my mind like Rababa
Oh,
Shakaraba, whatsoever is causing this network, be still. The
we
network.
have to
I literally.
again.
Yeah, I think you should just go out and come back
Yes.
again. Use the
Yes.
same link I sent you at first to come back. Yes. Whew. Yes, let her go out and come back. Hi, if you're just joining, we are talking about the stigma of being a single mother or single parent. And my friend here, she's been a single mother. She was a single mother at 15, very young age, and she is telling her story to encourage somebody. So if you're a single parent or you know somebody that is a single parent, we do, we are here to encourage you, and also to educate. She's going to tell us how she went through it. Like I said, it's not easy to say I am a strong black woman. It takes a lot of one thing that should be completely, I'll have to read that. I will have to read that. uh Okay, one thing that should be completely framed at this promotion of single parenting for society leaders,
Hi.
which is
Is
true.
it better
Yes,
now?
yes, it is very better now. Thank you.
Okay. Awesome. Awesome. Okay. So I was trying to tell you how I got pregnant.
Yes.
So it was a one-time thing with my childhood friend, and it developed into a pregnancy.
Mm-hmm.
And I only got to find out in school,
Mm-hmm.
and I had to come back home to decide if I wanted to keep it or I wanted to take it out, which I wanted to keep it.
Mm-hmm.
But my mother insisted, this is somebody that never cared. But all of a sudden, you can send money for us to go for an abortion. I told my grandmother, I am not having an abortion. So would rather use that money to buy baby things rather than have an abortion. And everybody frowned at me like, you're just a baby yourself. How do you intend to raise a child? And I told them, well, I'll do it. That's how I became a mother. I mean, I had very supportive grandparents. My grandmother was there throughout the process. My uncles were there. Everybody, helped in their own way to support me emotionally. I didn't really have any kind of stigmatization in the house. It was just my friends from school, and neighbors and every other person. So they thought the family was enabling me. Like, why would she be pregnant and you people are taking so good care of her, sewing different types of attires for her to wear? She's making her hair every other week and all. My grandmother said, well, this is how we take care of her. So should we stop that because she's pregnant? No, you know. So yeah, and I had my child. The first challenge was the family accepting the child's father, because he was young, he was in school, and they were already upset. Why would you be in school, in the university, and stop our own child from, furthering her education and all? So they had a lot of, so they had a lot of
True.
things to say and all that. So, and yeah, it was a struggle. He didn't see know what his child looked like until she was like about 3. So I had to always invite him to church, to my church. And then I'll take the child out like she wants to pee. And he would, you know, stay with her and everything. So it was tough trying to balance it up, trying to get my family to warm up to my child's father, and then having my family want to force me into a marriage because mm, we don't want to have a single mother, locking, just walking up and down the compound. We need to find you somebody so that the community would respect you. And I'm like, okay, if you want the community to
Just
respect
one
me,
minute. David, she has a foundation where she
yeah,
educates girl child, where
yes,
she educates, she supports and everything. Well, before we go off, she's going to put her Instagram handle and a phone
yeah,
number in which she can be reached, because she has
yes,
a foundation for that. She's working really seriously on that. I'm so sorry to
yes,
interrupt. Please continue.
no problem. Yeah, so and then having my family to find me worthy enough to send me back to school was a hassle. Everyone was like, well, you decided to be a mother, you didn't want to go to school. And I'm like, irrespective of the fact that I am now a mother, I still want to get the highest level of education I can get.
True.
So because I've always wanted to be an aeronautic engineer, and after I had my child in my SS3, everybody was like, you don't want to be no engineer, you wanted to be a mother, so enjoy your motherhood.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the second challenge was having to get an education,
Hmm.
because since nobody was interested, I had to get an education. And I told myself, if I have to do menial jobs to get an education, I would. But as God would have it, I did not have to do any menial jobs. I worked in some small organizations, because I was already smart. I just didn't have the certifications to back up my smartness. So when I go and the people interview me, they'll be like, you have everything we need, but you're not educated to the level where I said, just give me a chance. So that's how I started building a career, and at the same time sending myself and child through school, of course with the help of my family once in a while, you know. And yeah, it wasn't an easy process, but here we are today, being able to talk about it without actually feeling bad about it. And using that story to tell young people, see, it's not it's not a party out here.
Hmm.
If you do not have the courage to do it, please have safe sex. We always preach safe sex. Do you understand? We don't want children giving birth to
True. True.
mm, we don't want children giving birth to children that they cannot, take
Take
responsibilities for,
responsibility.
because these children now become a societal hazard. They, because they are not trained, they are not educated, they become, whatever. So that's it.
Okay. Okay, David is asking a question. How do you preserve yourself as an African woman? We are coming to that, but I have one more question. Not one more, I
Hmm.
have lots of them. So
Lots of
it's going to
questions.
be coming,
Yeah,
you will answer David after this one.
sure.
Okay, so what about those? I'm using Teresa. I know she's still
Hmm.
here listening. Her
Yes.
little story was that she was in a relationship with
Hmm.
some guy, and he's not an African boy.
Okay.
He's not a black boy. So
Mm.
she was in a relationship. She's young. She's like 22, 23. Correct me
Oh.
if I'm wrong. Then she
Mm.
got pregnant. As
Yeah.
God could have it, thank God um she's not in like Africa where
Yeah.
so she will have all the insurance whatever to give birth and
Yes.
everything, and she has worked a long
Mhm.
day during pregnancy and all that. But what
Mhm.
would you say to her? It wasn't like she was in a serious relationship and pregnancy happened, and the
Yeah.
boy didn't have and don't want to have anything to do with the baby. Damn, you need
Mhm.
to see this child. Imagine a missed child. The baby is
Wow.
missed. The baby is
Wow.
an angel, you know.
Wow. Mhm.
I'm yet to visit her, but the baby's an angel. Teresa, your baby's an angel. I'm talking about you now.
Awesome.
So,
Mm.
what would you say to her? What was how, do you know? Because I like being real. It's not easy. It's not easy. What is it
It's
that
not.
you think? Okay, she's going to deal with because emotionally she is drained. There
Yeah.
is nobody to. Okay, she has a family. She's here. Okay, she just said thank you.
Mm.
she,
Hi,
Teresa,
Teresa.
Teresa is here, so please, you're directing your answer to her. I know she
Okay.
will be drained emotionally. I know she
Mm.
now sees men as scum. Like, okay, I want to focus on education. The baby is not up to 1 year. How
Okay.
does she graduate from being a lover girl now a single
To a
mom, and
mother.
she's young, she's
Yeah.
in her 20s, early 20s. So how
Mm.
does she graduate from being a baby girl for life or enjoying her, to now being a mother? What are the
Yeah.
struggles do you think she's going to experience? So
Mm.
she prepares her mind. Meanwhile,
Yeah.
Teresa, ask your question, please. Ask your
Mm.
questions. I'm just, all these questions are just coming from my head. What do you think are the struggles you think this girl is going to encounter? How do you think she's going to emotionally mature? Because I think she's still hurting. Well, the conversation
Yes.
is the
Of course she
child.
will. She'll
The
hurt.
conversation
Because
is
that's
the
a trust
child.
broken.
Yeah.
That's a trust broken. And the problem I always have with dating these days is we we overpromise and underdeliver.
Hmm.
When the love is there, oh, I'll do this. You are the mother of my children. You're the dad. You're the dad. You're the dad. And because we women were used to words. Words are what forms us, women. Men is from what they see, but women is from what they hear. So now you've been with this person for a long time, yeah, and you trust them, believe every word they say, and you act accordingly, only for you to get hurt. Now, the best part of that is you did your part. It wasn't any fault of yours. So that's the first step in forgiving yourself. Teresa, I'm talking to you now.
Okay.
It will not be easy, but if you follow these steps that helped me, you will come out victorious. So the first thing you need to do is forgive yourself first. You trusted, which every one of us has done. How to get back to normal, get your life together right now. Okay, great. That's a good choice, Teresa. Focusing on yourself and your child is a perfect choice. But you can't focus on a self that you don't love.
This is her question actually.
Mm,
Well, my question is how to get back to normal. Get
yeah.
your life together. Right now, I choose to focus on me and the baby. Okay.
Yes.
Yes, so she's
Hmm.
listening to the steps, please.
Yes. Okay. So, Teresa, one thing you need to do first is find it in your heart to forgive your baby daddy. Because forgiveness is something that it's a ladder. When you hold on to grudges and bitterness, you're at the bottom part of the ladder. And you're just looking up there and saying, oh, I wish I can go up there. Oh, I wish I can. You will never get up there until you release all the weights. That's when you start climbing one at a time until you get to the top. I'm saying this because I held grudges against my mother. I held grudges against my father. I held grudges against my family. And it was up until I let go and forgave everybody and took full responsibility of my pain. That was when I grew. Other than that, I was just marching at the same place, marching at the same spot. You understand? So, Teresa, please, you need to forgive your baby daddy. He did what he did. That's fine. That's him being human. Now, this is you being a mother. A mother's strongest fault is forgiveness. Because trust me, your child will annoy you to a level where you feel like, I can't just break your head right now. But it's that forgiveness that's what makes us a mother. So first you have to exercise that forgiveness on your partner. Now, I don't know if he wants to take responsibility or if he wants to be part of the child's life. If at all he ever wants to be a part of the child's life, allow him, but have boundaries.
I don't think he wants.
Because,
I don't think he
because
wants.
no, I'm just saying he will come around. Don't worry, they always do. They
Okay.
always do. It's initial gra. But if it comes, you have to have your boundaries. It has dropped clear boundaries that this is what you are expected to do as a father, and this is what I will do as a mother. If we're going to be co-parenting, these are the days you take the child, and these are the days I have the child. These are the things you need to provide. These are the things I need to provide. But when it comes to emotions, count me out. And you stick by it, because I've counseled so many single mothers that at the end of the day, when the baby daddy comes in, before you know it, you're hearing baby number two. And they'll come back to cry. I'm like, but I'm not God. I only do as humans. And I tell you from my experience and the experience of other people, if you don't set boundaries, you keep failing. So, Teresa, second thing you need to do is, if he comes back, forgive him. First is forgive him. Second is, if he comes back, do not be carried away. Set clear boundaries. Third thing you need to do is yourself. What do I want out of life? Because as you get better, your child gets better. If you stay stuck in the situation, your child is stuck as well. So, say for instance, you dropped out of school to have the child, you have to find a way to get back to school. Say for instance, you're done with school, you need to thank God for jobs that you can do remotely these days. If you have to find a remote job, you can find a remote job so that it gives you time to spend with your child, and you make sure that you and your child has an unbreakable bond. This is a time for you to build a bond with
Build.
that child. Forget everything that happened. It won't be easy to forget. But look at your child like the blessing. Look at it like, if I were married and I didn't have a child, I'll spend the rest of my days praying for a child. Right? Now, fine, I'm unmarried but with a child. So it's a win-win. You didn't plan not to marry the guy. It just happens that you had the child before the whole marriage thing, right? So the earlier you develop yourself spiritually, you know, and in fact everywhere around, when that is done, you'll be able to rub off positively on your child. Teresa, I hope I'm making sense.
I think she's listening.
Yes. So, and it's good that you're not in the part of the world like Nigeria, where the whole stigmatization thing is would affect you at your job, at your home, and at everything.
She
So where
said
you are,
yes,
people
she
are,
will.
yeah. So where you are, people are a bit more mature, and they can digest these things without being judgmental towards you, which is a good thing. So take advantage of the few good people you can find around. Always seek counsel where you don't understand, because parenting journey, they said, it's you that gives birth to the child, but it's the community that trains the child. By community, it doesn't mean every Tom, Dick, and Harry, but there are few selected people that you've seen their parenting journey, and you've seen that, oh, they are doing great as parents. You can look up to them as
Role models, yeah.
your role models. So if you have an issue, discuss it with them. Pray, find somebody to pray with. If you're a Christian, try as much as possible to make sure you have a robust spiritual life, because on rainy days, those are the things you fall back on. If you have a strong spiritual foundation, when the challenges comes, you rely on the word of God. You understand? But if the foundation is a bit shaky, when it comes, you want to throw in the towel, and then you redirect that anger towards the child, because the father is not there to take it. So it's natural that you position it to, redirect it to something or somebody.
Okay,
Yeah.
but I have a question. How do you think she can go back to society? Like, okay, she has stepped aside. You need to see this Teresa. She's a beautiful girl. She is beautiful.
Awesome. Yeah.
She's dark and beautiful. So
Oh.
how does she fall back to society? Now, when I mean fall back to society, it's just as if
Mm.
how does she create a balance? That's what I'm trying to
Yeah.
find out.
Okay.
Indeed, praying has pulled me through depression. The first six
Mm.
months
The
after
first six
giving birth
months,
was
of
horrible.
course.
Oh my God. Okay, so how does she create a
Mm.
balance? Because I've not told her this. I kind of
Yeah.
have a sense that okay, she's now kind of laid back. She's now
Mm-hmm.
okay. I'm taking care of myself and my children or my child.
Yeah, my
But
son,
how?
yeah.
Yeah. But how do you think she can create a balance? By it's sunny outside today,
Mm.
and I feel okay. She can just call up and say, okay, today I'm going to wake up by 9, have my baby dressed, and I'm going to call Mercy. Let's go out to take nice pictures.
Yeah.
I
Go out
mean,
on a walk.
let's go
Yeah.
out on a walk, let's go shopping or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go window shopping or something, and then we'll take
Yeah.
pictures. So, how do you think she can create a balance
Mm.
between society,
Yeah.
parenting, and because she
Mm.
has to find a job
Thank you,
very soon?
David. Thank you. Thank you for the
She,
compliment.
she has to find
Yeah.
a job very soon. If she's not working
Exactly.
already. So, how
Mm.
do you think she
Mm.
can create a balance
Mm.
and without neglecting the child's needs?
Yes. Okay. So first thing I think she needs to do is, you know, um, experience is like a ball,
Hmm.
right? It's either you stay inside it or you find a way to bust that ball and come out.
Hmm.
Teresa has been through the horrible part of being a single mother, which is the first 6 months, as she said. It's usually the hardest because you have to wake up to the reality every day. Wake up to a baby crying at 2 a.m. and you don't know what to do. You understand? But of course, now she's gone past all of that. And I want Teresa to start living for herself now. You are not going to neglect your child, but a healthy mother, a happy mother is a happy child. A depressed mother will never be able to raise a sound child. Do you
Hmm.
understand?
Preach,
So, Teresa,
sister.
what I want you to do is wake up in the morning. You may not feel like waking up. It's going to be a hard process, but trust me, if you need help, please contact me. You wake up in the morning.
Please,
You
as you
say
are as you are
nice.
talking, just put in your number and your foundation
I'm trying
number.
to type it, but I can't really find where to do that.
Or better still, you can send everything to me and I will
To
edit
you,
and put it.
okay.
Yes, send me how you want it, how people can just view it. So in the description,
Mm.
I can just
Yeah,
copy from what you're
put
saying
it
and
there.
paste it. So anybody can
Okay,
find, yeah.
okay. I'll do that on
Immediate
WhatsApp.
after this, yeah.
Yes, after that. So, Teresa, this is how I grew. After the whole phase of being depressed and angry and bitter and everything, I would wake up in the morning. I didn't touch my Bible for 3 years. Like, I was so mad at God that I would never, in fact, if I see Bible near me, I'll
Anytime,
be so
Teresa.
upset.
Hmm.
You understand? I'll be so upset. But when God needs you, you can't run far.
Hmm.
I woke up one morning and my Bible, the same Bible I didn't want to see, was under my pillow. And Isaiah 60 was open.
Isaiah
I went
60,
to,
Teresa,
yes,
Isaiah 60.
yes. I went to pee and I came back. So I put my head on my pillow and I had, it was hard. I'm like, what's under my pillow? It was Bible. So I took it out. I wanted to fling it. And something told me, read the scripture. I read Isaiah 60. Do you know? In fact, thinking of it now, I want to tear up. Reading Isaiah 60 at 2 a.m., I didn't get myself till about 4:30. I was still reading that scripture over and over and over again. And that's how God brought me back to himself. You understand? So I woke up every morning, I would say nice things to myself. I wake up before everybody, you know. I would say nice things to myself. You're powerful. You're amazing. I'll just smile for no reason. I'll take my bath. I'll make my hair, look good. Just look clean. I feel clean within me. I feel like I had washed out all of that
You see,
dirtiness, all of that shame, all of that, I felt good with myself. So, with that, this is me doing the inner work now. It wasn't until I was comfortable in my skin that I started going out. I started going out and not minding what anybody says. And I loved my child to death. So when once you see me, you see my daughter. You'll be like, this one, she's so proud of being a single mother. No, you don't know my story. You don't know how I
I go
got
make
to
her
this
hungry
place.
you. Hmm.
I said I peppered them, eh? I peppered them. So I'll dress my daughter, dress myself up, just go somewhere. Go somewhere. Just sit down, would have ice cream. So I did all of that. I didn't have friends because all the friends I had then deserted me. They thought I was a no-brainer. Of course, you know how it can be. So my daughter became my best friend. Up until today, we're best friends. I won't tell you anything until after I've told her. You understand? So it's sweet when you grow up with your child, sharing a bond, being through the process of all the growing up. See, ba, if Teresa can open her mind up and tell herself, I want to enjoy being my daughter or my son's mother, the rest is history.
Hmm.
The rest is history. Like anything that comes, you look at your child and you be like, I beg, there's nothing I cannot do. That's how I am. That's how I have been, and that's what has helped me. You understand? So when I'm in that tough situation, I'll be like, why did I even start in the first place? She. So we'll get it done. So that's the mindset I want Teresa to develop. Let it be that you're not doing things for just doing. You're doing things because you want to be a better mother for your child. You want a child that will look at you tomorrow and say, yes, mommy, I'm so proud of you. That's the fulfillment. That kind of fulfillment is bigger than any amount of money. It's bigger than any certificate. You just knowing that someone appreciates you genuinely. You understand? It's a blessing that it's really, really amazing. Awesome. That's what I want, babe. Start living your life.
Yes.
Start living your life. Look good. Wake up. Do makeup for no reason. Wear your hair for no reason. Take pictures in the house. Put some music. Dance with your son or your daughter. Be happy.
She even
Because
stopped posting herself. I don't know why she did that.
truth, no, it's a process. Don't worry, it's a process. She'll come out of it. She'll come. It's not, people handle pain differently. The
Yeah.
way I might come out, I feel like, oh, I'm in pain. But if I put out a picture and people say, oh, you're so cute, oh, I'm healed. Some people would want to withdraw. So people handle pains differently. Let her process her thing. Let her process her pain. Let her process her experience and come out of it the way that she will feel liberated. We can't, if you try to impose something on someone, they just do it to please you. But if it's coming
Mm.
within, you see them in the next 2 weeks and she'll be unrecognizable.
Okay.
You don't need to just if it's powder you know how to rub, just rub your powder, use your mascara, just make sure that you look and feel good about yourself. That's
Meanwhile,
the
it's
whole
sunny.
thing.
It's sunny this week, so if you wanna, I'm not working for now, so we can go
Mm.
out if you want.
Go out on walks. Yeah, go out on
We
walks.
can
Go
go
to the
out.
park. You know, if
We
you
can
can
go to
even afford it,
Sahara.
get a pet, a dog or something. You know, and all that. So and learn as well. Go online. Thank God for YouTube. There are other things you can learn. Just do something. Get a hobby. You know, do something fun for yourself. And you'd
Yeah.
see that before you know it, your baby daddy will be looking at you and like, I thought I broke her. You'd be like, no, man, you didn't. You
Broku, you
actually
made me.
helped me. You actually helped me. That's the story I love to hear. When some single mothers come to me and they, like, one shared her testimony 2 days ago, and I was brought to tears because when I met her, she was raped, right? And then she became a single mother. So her mother, no, her aunt was the one taking care of her son. So the son grew up knowing her aunt as his mother, while she, his sister. So when she told me the story, I'm like, your son is 15 and she still doesn't know you're his mother. Said no, that the circumstances surrounding, I know,
What
and she doesn't want people
circumstances?
to know the rape thingy and all that. And she doesn't want people to know that she's a single mother. That I told her, madam, sit down. So I didn't judge her, you understand? Because some people, when you judge them, they
They go
they
back
pull
in their
back.
shell.
So I took her through the process. I encouraged her, showed her my daughter. I would invite her out so that she'll spend time with me and my daughter. And she started feeling that motherly thing, like, so this could actually be me and my son. Oh, I love the way two of you are, this one, that one. Before you know, she and her son are the best of friends now. You understand? That was like this is like 6 years ago. And the boy is he's graduating this year from the university. And they are tight bodies. So when she was telling me like, sis, you don't know what you did for me, being with you, following your, advice, I've been able to develop myself, forgive myself, move on, and it's rubbing off on my son and everything. I felt like I teared up because I'm
Moved.
like, no,
This is
this
why
is
we do
not me,
what we
this is
do.
God. Yeah. So we get lots of testimonies like that, especially younger,
People.
people. And I'm like, okay, I actually enjoy doing this. I actually enjoy seeing people genuinely healed and happy, and people looking at them like, what happened to you, girl? So that's what I want to see Theresa like in the next 6 months, 1 year, 2 years. I want to be able to also celebrate her wins, celebrate her new job, pop champagne in her new house. Everything is possible.
It is possible. It is
Yes.
possible. But
Mm-hmm.
I want you to touch on girls that are too quick to grow. Now, what happened with Teresa is not like she was too quick to grow. I mean, she's the first daughter, and of
Yeah.
course, everybody expect her to be married and
Mm.
do wedding. Well, as she got dating and
Yeah.
baby happened and the guy bailed out. So what would you say? Because I see a lot of women these days who do not want to do anything. They just want to. They see you now wearing blonde, they want to go blonde. They
Yeah.
do not have a job. They don't
Mm-hmm.
have nothing. They don't
Yes.
want to go to school. They don't want to
Mm-hmm.
learn handwork. They are just there. They're like, it's not as if it's. I'm not against people doing runs and all that. Like I said,
Yeah.
I'm not saying, but then I have something.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah.
I'm a producer. I'm a script writer. I'm an actor. I
Mm-hmm.
have my YouTube channel. I have my
Yes.
beautiful life. Do you
Yes.
understand? But what would you
Mm-hmm.
say to girls that are quick to grow up? You see 15-year-old that doing boobs, want to be feeling insecure. I definitely have another topic in my head that I want you to talk
Yeah.
about the girl child, but I just want
Yeah.
you to touch on it. Or let's talk about, being quick to having a child as a
Mm.
woman. You just see a
Mm.
20 years old say, I want to be a mother by when you don't have a job, you don't have no means to take care of that child. So I want you
Yeah.
to really just touch on that.
Okay. So, um, I've experienced two worlds, both the developed country and the developing country. We in Africa were in developing countries, and people in the US, UK, Canada,
Europe.
Asia, and all those places, Europe and all, they're in developed world, which there is structure for everything.
Mhm.
And because of social media, people now believe it's okay to be a single mother, a single father, which is not. It's not okay. A child deserves to have both parents present. But in a situation where both are not present, I always encourage people, at least be in good terms with your ex partner for the sake of the child. Nobody cares about you. But
How
once
do
a
I
child is
record?
involved,
How do
you're
I record
irrelevant.
what How do I record what you just said now? I feel like I should just pick up a clip, but I'm scared to do that because I do not want this thing to kaput.
Yeah, so for me, when we started the foundation, people that didn't understand the vision, they came at me. Oh, you're encouraging single parenting. Yeah, this one. That. I'm like, you people need to take
Breathe.
take time to understand people's intentions. The intention for the foundation is to curb single parenting, not to make it okay. Because once you understand that when you have a child, you are no longer living for you, you're living for your child. Maybe that will reset your brain for you to think. Let's get back to your question. People here look at single parents abroad and wish to be single parents. Because, say, for instance, you have 3 children and 3 men are paying you child support, $1,500, depends on the man's status, every month. That's $4,500. You're not working. So all you need to do is buy wig, buy this thing, go to parties, show off cash that you didn't work for. So abroad, to some people, being a single mother is a business. It's a narrow escape to 9 to 5. It's a narrow escape to education. It's a narrow escape from every other thing that needs you to put in the actual work to be the person that you're supposed to be. So they just believe that if I can have a child for Didi, have a child for Lil Wayne, have one child for Michael Jackson, I'm made. Do you understand? But people don't understand that in this part of the world, things are entirely different. Once you're a single mother, if you were not working, you have to work. Once you're a single mother, if you were not educated, you have to be forced to be educated. Because who is going to do assignments for your child? Is it your grandmother?
The assignment they have, you can if you're not educated, you cannot do it.
Exactly. So you have to be forced, if you're a single parent here, to level up. If not, your child will outgrow you. And then once they outgrow you, they start looking for what you cannot give them outside, which that's a dilemma. You understand? So I tell young people, you need to really sit down and understand what parenting entails. Parenting is not a walk in the park. You have to be emotionally sound. So you cannot afford to go on social media and be throwing tantrums at your baby daddy because it will affect the child at home. So emotions, you have to be able to control it. You have to be spiritually sound because you don't know when your child will be sick and all he needs is prayers.
Prayer,
And you are busy
Isaiah
giving him
45.
paracetamol. And then you lose the child.
God forbid.
This is Africa. It's not everything that
Doctor.
is black and white. You understand? Number 3, you have to be financially stable. Child must eat, must wear pampers, you must go to daycare, you must pay the medical bills. We don't have insurance in this part of the world. So I tell people, when I see people who say, "Oh, I want to have a child," I'll tell them, sit down. Having a child is not the problem. In fact, it's a beautiful thing. But how much are you worth? Can you take yourself through antenatals? Just let's talk about only that. Now, if you want to give birth and you have complications, can you pay your hospital bills if you go through CS? Can you buy baby food? That one thing now is 8,500. Be how much?
Can you even take care of
And this
yourself
child
after
will
CS?
consume like three in 2 weeks, depending on how much the child eats. Do you have that? Let's talk about Pampers. Can you even afford Pampers for a year?
Diaper. Before we're promoting.
By the time you list all of that, you'll be like, but it's just to give birth. And I said, no, it's not just to give birth. So the thing I think that is the problem here is we're delusional. Because we don't get enough education, we don't get enough sensitization, we don't actually know what goes on behind the scenes. We only see fine mother, fine child, I'm a single mother, I'm doing this. Do you know what they are doing to survive? Can you do it? Do you know how many children of single mothers that I have counseled and they tell me their mother brings men home? Auntie Valerie, I'm tired. Can you tell my mother to stop? Every day she's bringing different men home. That's traumatic for the children.
I forgot. Teresa, are you still here? I want you to talk about dating after having been a single parent, and I want you to talk about that. Like, at what point do you think somebody should start dating after you had a child after wedlock? Teresa, this question is for I'm asking on behalf of you. At what point
Okay.
do you think she's healed enough to start going out there, or do you think she should just live her life and now say, I beg, I not do men again, all men has come?
Nah.
What's your advice?
The moment you start saying all men has come, then you have lost it. You are not healed yet. But when you get to the point where you say, I cannot judge A based on B's attitude and behavior, there is a man out there for me. You understand? I've had some really amazing relationships that single people envy me. They'll even be like, after how many children? You look at this one. Do you know? They want to badmouth me. And I'll be like, it's grace. I'm healed. I'm free. So a man still sees me in my masculinity when I'm around my child. But when I'm with him, I'm feminine because I am healed. I'm in my feminine energy. So I wouldn't say there's any time frame to start dating. It's you that knows yourself. You know when you're ready. You know when it's that time where you can appreciate somebody, where you can open up for somebody to come in and help you. Because men are born helpers. A man wants to feel needed. And one thing is that when you become a single mother, you start living in your masculine energy because you're the provider, you're the caregiver, you're the emotional support, you're the pastor, you're the teacher, you're everything. So
Evangelist, deliverance.
it's natural for you to want to be that, man around, But when you see a man, when you're healed and you're in your softer self, and you actually see a man that is genuine and cares about you and your child, you will relax and let the man take the wheel. But that is not to say that you would become, whatever. You'd still be there present, but while letting the man do what he needs to do. So first I want to tell Teresa is let her heal first. She will know at what point she needs to get a man. Because right now, anyone that comes in, she'll bleed on them because she's going to judge them based on her past. But let her get to the level where she knows in her heart of hearts, I need a man. Because what you don't need, you won't value. You
Hmm.
understand? When you need a man and a man actually comes, you value it. You allow him be a man. You allow him take care of you and your child. You allow him decide for you and your child. People say, no, I can't let a man come and dictate for me and my child. No. There's a thin line between being a dictator and being a parent. Some men just want to be parents to your children because they want to fill that void that is there. You understand? But because we are so used to being mother and father, some of us will just immediately raise up that shield. You understand? Which drives men away. So I would say when she's healed, she would probably do therapy with a relationship counselor. You understand? Then see that she's ready to actually go into the dating field. Oh,
Uh,
she started dating.
no, no, no,
Awesome.
no, no. She said, honestly, I think it depends on the person. Right now, I am
Yeah.
low key healed, and I actually started dating recently. Ah,
Oh.
it's been 14 months since I broke up with the dad of my son. Woo, woo, woo!
That's my girl. She's already moving on.
She really needs your number.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
will,
So that's
please,
it.
afterwards send me the details, and I will put it on this
Okay.
live, so anybody that feel they need somebody to talk to,
Yes, they can reach
they
out.
can reach out. And
Of
I'm sure
course.
Teresa needs you. I'm sending your number right
I'm
away.
always here.
I'm
I'm
sending your
always
number
here.
right away. Okay, please continue.
I'm always here. So yeah, that's it. You need to do the inner work first to be able to be receptive. Because right now, when you're healing or when you're in that energy of bitterness, you're not at your receiving energy. You understand? Yeah.
Mm.
So but when you are healed, you're in the receiving energy. When a man comes to love you, you don't doubt him saying, I actually love you and I want to, be there for you.
Mm.
That's when you're not healed, the first thought would be like, hey, they've come with this their sweet mouth. Do you understand? But when you're healed, you'll be like, okay, okay. You just relax and let things be.
receive.
Yeah.
So what would you advise? Now she says she's dating. What will you
Hmm.
advise at this point?
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, you need to be, of course.
yeah, Teresa, we talked about the kids.
I get,
We have to
it feels
feel
nice to be taken
the
care of,
level that we
Teresa.
sleep with a little bit, but yes, it feels nice to be taken care of. Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
so what would
So
you
about
say?
the shield, yeah, you're a mother. That's the mother instinct in you coming out to play. A mother is a protector. A mother's first priority is their child. You understand? So of course it's going to be a while for you to be trusting enough of somebody to totally let your child depend on them. But for now, you don't have. There's no issues with you having up a shield. There are no issues at all. And if he's an understanding man, he would know that he needs to put in a lot of work to be able to break down that defenses. You understand? Yeah, because these are all defenses because of your past hurt. You're not going to just want to entrust your child into
Total
a total
stranger.
stranger's care. So it's okay to have your defenses up, but don't let it go too high that make the man feel like he can't fit in, or because some men sometimes they look at it like you're probably waiting for your baby daddy to show up. So you're using me to just pass time. That's why you don't want me to be part of your child's life. So don't make him feel that way in any way. When he's with you and your child, allow him enjoy the child. Allow the child enjoy him. You understand? But that's not saying you should leave both of them together and go somewhere and
No,
trust that,
no.
oh yeah, yeah. So that's it.
Okay. One last. I know you're tired. First of all, let me say
I'm
thank
not
you.
tired. Talking about single parenting, I can talk about it the whole day.
Okay. Meanwhile, Teresa, if you have any questions, please send in your
Mhm.
question, or any other
Yeah.
person that wants to, please send in your questions. I will do that.
Yes,
Okay, send
please.
in your question, Teresa. If you still have any more questions, please send it in. Send it in.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yes, we talked about it is not okay being a single parent,
Mhm.
but if it happened that you are now a
Yeah.
single parent, there is
Mhm.
nothing to be ashamed of. Own
Nothing.
it with your
Absolutely
full
nothing.
chest. Do
Yes, now
not
because
turn
you did
back.
it. You did it. You enjoyed the sex that led to you being a parent. You
Preach.
had the opportunity to take after morning pills. You did not. Well, in some cases, some took and it didn't work out. But I mean, we need to make people come to the realization that sex is not free. It looks
Mm,
like it's the cheapest and the freest form of expression, but it's what will cost you the most. Aside, making you have a child that you would look at for the rest of your life,
for now, I don't have
you
anything
can
for
also
that.
have a lot of other stuff.
Everything I am doing.
You understand?
Okay.
Oh, I'm so glad about that. You can also have a lot of other stuff that comes after sex. We'll talk about the demonic
STDs.
transfers, talk about soul ties, STDs, there are other things that can come with sex. So if we which is also an aim of our organization, try as much as possible to educate the younger people on the pros and cons of early sex. People say, "How are you a single mother and you're still preaching sex-free relationship, like for people to wait till marriage for sex?" I'm like, yes, because of my experience. I don't know how many people out there will be able to take what I took graciously. You see a lot of depressed people. Why? You see a lot of suicidal people. Why? You understand? Imagine if you were living your life and achieving your aims without getting sexually entangled with anybody. Do you know how happy you'd be?
True.
But the moment you enter a relationship and the sex happens, that is when you see that your whole self-esteem goes down because you are worried about who is he cheating on me with, who is she, whose house did she sleep last night, who bought her that car she's driving, oh, I saw one new perfume in my boyfriend's house, who dropped it there. You are so messed up already. Now imagine adding a child.
Hmm.
Imagine adding STD. Imagine adding soul ties. Imagine that you were doing well and then things start going down for you and you discover that it's a spiritual thing because of the sexual. So it's a lot that sex brings. Sex can be enjoyable, but then the aftermath is crazy.
Hmm.
Yeah. So
And I will want us to have an appointment. I really want us to talk about the spiritual effects or taking
mm,
care, because we didn't go into the spirituality, but you said something that struck me. You talked about soul ties. You talked about,
yeah.
being a praying woman. So I would really want us to talk about soul tie, being a
Mhm.
praying woman, and
Yeah.
how to pray the right way to cover your child as a single parent. Because
Yes. Yes.
a lot of people don't.
Mm. Parenting is more spiritual than physical. Like in my case, right? I started praying over my child when I got the inclination right from when she was 3 years old.
Hmm.
Because my mom was a single mother. At almost the same age, I became a single mother. So
Really?
it was natural that everybody expected that, I beg, no be that happy kid.
Hmm.
At the age of 15, she would give birth like the rest of her family.
Hmm.
So I noticed, if despite being young,
There is a
that
pattern.
it's a pattern and only I can break it.
Hmm.
I can't wait for my child to come and break it. Because what if she
Hmm.
doesn't have the spiritual connection that I have?
Yeah.
You know, the Gen Z, what do they call them these days? They are only interested in building brands, partying, traveling the world, and all.
Yeah.
So it was left for me to be the liberator. So I started at 3 years. I prayed on her every day at 12 a.m. Spoke the things I wanted because I am an authority over her life. I'm a mother. So I am the symbol of authority. If anything is to happen to her, it has to come through me. Do you
Yes, you have to
understand?
give the permission.
Exactly. So imagine that I'm lackadaisical. Anything that comes will be like, the mother doesn't care now. I beg, do what you want to. You
God
understand?
forbid.
But I took it upon myself. I said, this would never happen. My daughter is turning 22 and nothing of sort has happened.
Thank you,
You
Jesus.
understand? So every day I wake up, I tell God, thank you for taking away that shame. Because everybody expected it, but you thought differently of us. So why will I not serve you?
Hmm.
Why will I not wake up and be crazy about you? That every stereotype that everyone thought, you broke it to pieces. They thought I was useless in my family. You destroyed that pattern. They thought you destroyed everything that everybody expected and gave me a new identity. You understand? Imagine if God wanted to give me that identity and I wasn't receptive enough to receive.
Hmm.
I was pained, angered, bittered, and God will say, "Oh, this one likes her suffering. Now let her be there." So I'll now prolong my breakthrough.
There is something someone said to me a few years ago. I would never forget. There was this guy I was dating at the time, and
Mhm.
the mother, he was dating somebody else before he met me. So he broke up with that
Mm.
person because of me. I knew nothing about it because if I know,
Yeah,
I'm not going to it. I'm just
exactly.
I cannot be praying over a man. I can't shout at it.
Yes, now.
So he's Abuja now. So then I'm like, okay,
My people.
now your people.
I know.
So the mother of the guy said something to me that touched me.
Struck.
He said,
Mm.
uh, I don't know if she's here, but her name is Vera. He said,
Mm.
that's the ex-girlfriend. He said, Vera's
Okay.
mom is a single mother.
Eh.
So they not train her well. She go end up being a single mother. And
Uh-huh.
you know what that did to me? It made me feel
Yeah.
like this thing is spiritual. People
Yeah.
feel like if you're a child of a single mother, you are
That you
expected
end up
to
being the
carry
same.
on that pattern.
Yes.
And if you are
Yes.
not careful, you will carry it
You
because the
will.
mentality will not be in your
Yes.
head that my mother was a single mother and she survived.
Exactly.
If my mother can do it, me, I can do it.
Exactly.
So I
Exactly.
think maybe the next time we should talk about soul tie, the spiritual effect. of being a single parent, because it's
Mm.
not just, it's like,
It's more spiritual than physical.
yes, it's more
Mm.
spiritual. It's just like
Yes.
a family that has fibroid. Your mother has
Right.
fibroid, your brother, your sister has fibroid. The possibility of you having it is
Is there
99.9.
because it's in your head
Oh, someone was trying to call you. It's
already.
99.9% of you having fibroids. Do you
Mm.
understand? It's like a
Yes.
generational, you're carrying a generational this is. So I think next time maybe we should talk about your mentality as a single parent.
Mm-hmm.
Total, I can't see you.
Yeah, I don't know. So a call just came through. Hold on.
It's gonna come up. It's gonna come up.
Okay.
Okay, but you can hear me, right?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, so I think next time maybe I should write it down somewhere. We should talk about the soul tie, the spiritual effect of single parenting, and what's the last thing I talked about?
I don't know why my video is frozen.
Yeah, it is frozen.
Mm.
So, well, oh, no, there's no how you cannot be seen.
Yeah, unless I have to go out and come back.
Okay, please do that. Meanwhile, let me get my charger. Hold on, guys. My phone is about to go off. Let me get my charger. Okay. Okay. Yes. So, because of that, I
Mm.
feel like it is like it's spiritual. Do you
Yes.
understand? And then
Mm.
you just told me now. You said you had to pray over your child because
Yes.
you do not want that same pattern.
Repeated pattern.
If
Yes.
yes, it should not be like a generational curse.
I
You
would
know.
never allow that.
So I would want you to talk about the spiritual effect of single parenting, how to
Mm.
pray the right way and pray for your children, and
Yes.
soul tie. Because some
Mm-hmm.
people have this style with men, you just have sex with them once and you cannot get over them. They've broken
Yes.
your heart several times. It's not as if you are stigmatized. They're breaking your heart so many times. You've
Mm.
had one child with them. When you
Mm.
got pregnant, they left
Mm-hmm.
you. You had that child all by yourself.
Yes.
And the God have mercy. The person
Mm-hmm.
came back again. And
And
you
you
are
still go
still,
back
and baby number two happened and he left you again. He
again.
left after you delivered the child. The child is just 6 months. He came back again to deposit
Another sperm. Sperm donor.
sperm. And he went back again. You keep having children, and
You get.
it's a soul tie. So
I believe so.
I would want us to talk about it. Please find time. Let's talk
Yes.
about it. I've had
Sure.
two lives this week, so I would maybe next week, but I want it to be this month.
Okay. Next week is fine. Pick any day
Okay.
and we'll work towards that.
Is same time next week better for you?
Wednesday. Yeah. It should be. It should be.
11 o'clock, 11
Yes.
a.m.
11 a.m.
Okay,
Wednesday.
so guys, next week I'll make a flyer for it. We're coming back and we're talking about SOTA, praying
Mm-hmm.
the right way for your children.
Way.
I mean, if
Very important.
if you were able to break that pattern, I mean
Yes.
to pray it over your daughter. I
Yes.
mean, every mother should have that. As a matter of
True.
fact, I honestly want to know how you prayed. I honestly want to know how you prayed your way through,
Through it.
because
Yes.
it is not easy. It's just like being
Mm.
married.
Hmm.
It's not
It's not
easy.
easy. Oh.
It's
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 not
not
easy.
easy.
Mm.
Do you know how stubborn children can be?
Yes.
Especially when they are not crawling. People not come,
Mm-hmm.
they just pick up habit. I don't know how you did it at a young age, praying your
Mm.
daughter into alignment Please, I
Yes.
want you to educate us. I hope Teresa will be, I will send her the link anyway, so she
Okay.
knows how to pray the right way as a single
Way.
parent. Because
Yes.
nobody will be able to pray for your child the way you can pray
At
for your
all.
child.
It's only
The,
you.
the father is not there. Even if the
Yeah.
father is there, I remember then my mother would be the one to go all night. My mother would be
Mm-hmm.
shokorobo shakarabai. We carry, how do you call it, spraying water.
And anointing
Middle
oil.
of the night. Rebobo shororoborobo.
Yeah.
I
Yes.
kid you
You know,
not.
a woman, a woman is the person that builds the home. A man would just give you the house and everything you need.
Yes.
It's you that will build it. So
Hmm.
anyhow you want your children to turn out to be, that's how they are. My daughter, almost all her friends are children of both parents, like they come from homes. And but I find out that they spend more time with me in our own small house than in their fathers and mothers big mansions. And they'll tell my daughter, I am so jealous of you and your mother. The bond you two have, I wish I had that with my
Maybe
parents.
we also talk about bond, how to create bond between you and
Yeah,
your child as
yeah,
a single parent. It's a
yes.
lot to talk about next week.
It's so much because it doesn't just buttress on single parenting. We are forgetting that there are also children who are raised by single parents that were traumatized, who have
Oh,
become
trauma.
traumatized kids, and are now most of these narcissists that we see up and down. Women bitter, women who cannot stay in one relation. It's a whole lot. So it's not a fight that only one person can fight. It's a
True.
fight that it's going to be a constant fight.
Yeah.
It's going to be a constant fight of educating, of sensitizing, of praying. You understand? So that
And it
people
should be
can.
like a constant reminder. It's not like we
Yes.
see this now, we think, okay, we
Mm-hmm.
have done the job.
Ah,
We
no, no,
still
no.
have.
It's a constant thing. It's a constant thing. Because say, for instance, you succeed in making our generation aware. What of the coming generation? Are we going to be able to pass that knowledge? Are we going to pass that understanding? Are we going to be able to sustain, you know, that that thing that will make every other person look at it like, I don't want to toe this path. I want to go this way. Because the more children are coming now, the society is making it look like men has come, women has come. So just have your child and raise them.
It
No,
is not okay.
there is a reason why God made family specifically. So if you now find yourself in a situation where you don't honor family and you find it like it's irrelevant, you have a problem. You have a fundamental problem, because we that are raising children that we are raising them to be world changers. We're raising them with a mindset that we would love to have raised you in a family, but we didn't have that opportunity. Do you understand? My child's father passed. He died. If he were alive, there's nothing that would have stopped us from not getting married. You understand? So imagine that I had the mindset of, what do I need a man for? After all. Do you understand? It will rub off on my children and then the children to come and the people they surround themselves with.
And if you had not even breaking that pattern, probably she would have given you grandkids.
Thank you. Thank you. So when people tell me, how do you raise your daughter? I said, honestly, I don't really know if I'm raising her or we're just growing together. Because that girl has not given me one reason to regret being her mother. And I think it's because of how I grew with her. You understand? I said, no, I will not just give birth to her and jump back into school. She needs to have a foundation. So that even if I go back into school, I know that I have already given her that foundation that if you say something, say, no, my mommy said I shouldn't do this. Oh, no, my mommy will not be happy with that. No, I can't do it because my mommy will beat me. That kind of thing. So you have to be there, present at that early stage to groom that child because whatever you instill then is what they grow up with. And that's why this generation are not ready to do. They just feel it's okay to just give birth, dump it with your mother, and continue your life. No, it's beyond that. until we get them to understand that parenting is more spiritual than physical, they would never see the need to be present parents. They will always be an as absentee parent, which is not good.
Whoa, it's a whole lot that personally I have digested. I've
Yes.
learned and unlearned, and I
Mm,
cannot wait for next week. First of all,
right. Me too.
Valerie, I want to say thank you.
Thank
Please
you for
don't
having
forget
me.
to package, like, I don't know, you can write like a description of what your
Yes.
foundation does, how it
Okay.
helps women, the girl child,
Hmm.
with an email address and a phone number. I will
Okay.
copy it and paste it on the description of this video, so
Okay.
Teresa and the rest people who wants to
Mm.
be in touch, they can have your
Yes.
number and your email address in case they just
Okay.
need somebody to talk to,
Sure. They can
because
also
this,
follow my YouTube page because I'm thinking of putting up contents like this
I
based
almost
on
said it.
demand. Yeah, based on demand because I'm not a video person,
Hmm.
but I'm it's in the decision for this year to do more videos and put it up on YouTube for parents who are,
If you want my
you know
assistant, please, I'm 100%
of
here for
course,
you.
you know. So I
Yeah.
want I want people to be able to women to be able to share their stories, be
Hmm.
confident about their process, speak about it openly. Because you see people they're like, no, I don't want to talk about it. No, you need to because somebody needs to hear that story. Imagine if I didn't talk about mine. Imagine all the single parents in our foundation, both men and women, that would have lost it. Either suicide, throw the child away. There are so many things that could have gone wrong. You get so I want to get more people to open up and talk about their experiences, what they are going through, either as a child of a single parent, a rape victim, whatever you survived, you should be able to.
Talk
It's why
about
you
it.
are who you are. So
Please,
say it out.
that is important. We talk about it, and I'm
Yes.
so happy. Like, I see foundations as bodies where you
Mm,
can, you can talk about how you feel without being ashamed
exactly.
of it. So
Yes.
all this stigmatization. Don't mind this one is a single parent. This man, this
Yeah.
one, the husband left.
No,
Don't mind
it's
this
going
one.
to end very soon.
Yeah.
Because
So
when people know, if they know better, they do better. But if they
true.
don't know, they just assume, this is what I know, so that's it.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
but when we educate them, when we, bring them facts
Mm-hmm.
and figures and experiences and true life experiences, they
Events.
would now be able to live in the emotions of the moment and be like, wow, so this is actually what they go through. This is actually what she had to go through to be this person. So
Yeah.
that's the aim of, what we're trying to do. And, I feel like the more people are aware of the struggles, the more lenient
Nicer
they would
it will
be,
be.
yeah, and nicer.
Well, I'm going to make a flyer for next week Thursday, same time, so we can
Okay.
talk about SOTA, praying
Hmm.
the right way as a single parent for
Very
your
important.
children. I mean, that should
Very
even be the first,
important.
praying the right way and SOTA.
Yes,
And
yes.
yes, I think
Spiritual effect of being single
spiritual
parent.
effect of single parenting. I think
Yeah,
that's what we should talk about next week. Thank you
next week.
so much, Valerie. I am
Thank
very,
you.
very grateful.
Thank you
I
for
cannot
having
even
me.
explain. Even though if this life was because of Teresa alone, we
Being
have
alone is
we have
okay. Yes,
we have made it. But trust me, it's not
exactly.
only for her. It's not only for
Hmm.
her, because
Hmm.
after we leave, people still come on and watch.
To check, yes.
People still watch it till the end.
Hmm.
And sometimes I wake up at night and I see live I did like 2 days ago. I see
Yeah,
people are
being
coming and they're
washed.
commenting, and I'm like, where were you people when I was doing the
When
live?
we're doing it, yes.
And someone sent me a message. He said, please, can you talk about being stigmatized? I now
Yes.
sent her. I say, if I slap you, I don't even know how it go. It was on Instagram. I
No,
say,
but
if
it's
I
very
slap
important.
you,
So a lot of people are stigmatized these days.
we will talk about it. So,
We will.
yeah.
There's a
So,
lot to talk about because all these things are what gives room to single parenting.
single parenting, yes.
Yes. So it's all intertwined.
Yes,
It's
yes.
all intertwined.
So I said that, I said, if I slap you, she said, what did I do? I don't know her from Adam. If you ask me her name, I don't know. She said, please,
Yeah.
can you talk about stigmatization again?
Yeah.
I said, if I slap you,
Yeah.
and
We
I
can
left her
actually
a voice
we can
note. I
actually talk
said,
about that
yes,
in the coming days, because
yes.
I've seen that being stigmatized is a psychological thing. Sometimes it stems from not having a father figure. So all
I
that
think
that
that's
you
even it.
lost, that all that you were looking for in a father, when you find it in a man, you get hooked. Yes. So you feast on it and then you feel you're stigmatized. You're not stigmatized. You're only playing out the fear of what the fear of your needs.
True.
Do you understand? So it's a lot to talk about.
Yeah,
It's a lot to talk
I'll
about.
make an example before we leave.
Mm.
You know, I have three sisters. My mom gave birth
Yeah.
to seven children, three boys,
Wow.
yeah,
Four
four
girls.
girls. And I used to be close to my sisters. I mean, not
Mm-hmm.
anymore, but I used to be close to them. So because
Yeah.
of that, we had whatever.
Mm.
So
Mm.
we are no longer, they can never access me. Do you understand? But
Mm-hmm.
then I noticed that I like friendship.
Yeah.
If I see a lady, that wants to be close, I give them chance. I'm like, oh. And
Yes.
but then I now have trust issues because of what has transpired because of me and my sister.
Exactly.
But that is not like it's so tight. It's not like I just have this thing for this lady. I just have
Uh-huh.
to. Do
It's
you
a
understand? So
psychological effect. Your
yes, so
inner
I
child
feel
playing out.
it's the same thing as being
Yes.
stigmatized. Because when a
Exactly.
child lacks a father figure, they see every other person as daddy. They see other
Yes.
person as, because they give you toothpick and then you just open up,
Exactly. Yes.
So I think we will also talk about that.
Yes, of course. Of course.
Yes.
We will. We will. Because the young people these days need to really understand what they are feeling and what
Mm-hmm.
they are playing out, what they are
Oh,
living. Yeah. Because if you don't understand why you're living the way you're living, you can never change.
true.
But if you understand it, you'll be like, okay, this is the problem, and I have to do this to fix it. So
True.
it's just like a diagnosis. We're going to diagnose them and then give them a
Yes, I give you
solution.
the medicine for it.
Yes,
It is not easier. You just
it's
see
not.
somebody, the man just literally burnt your eye.
Yeah.
He punched your eye. You are saying you are honey. You are stigmatized in the highest level of stigmatization. He
Right.
punched you, and you are telling me you are in love with him. Ah,
Yeah.
Holy
No,
Spirit,
that's not love.
activate.
That's not love.
That
That's
is
not
being
love.
stigmatized.
Yeah. There's
The
something we
same.
call attachments. It can either be secure or insecure. And some of
Mm,
us have higher level of insecure attachments than we have of secure attachments.
yeah.
So when we get to talk about the stigmatization,
Mm,
when we have the stigmatization live, I'll talk
yeah.
about the attachments as well, the levels of
Mm,
attachment. So with that, everybody can self-access. When we do that, we'll also do like a self-assessment. I wish all of them can come online so that you can sit down with your own piece of paper and your book
and be jotting down.
and assess yourself. When you finish, you judge yourself based on that so that you know where you're good and where you're erring. So you can,
But
walk around it. I counsel,
Valerie, you are
so
a bunch of wisdom.
yes, I
Damn.
counsel as well.
You are a bunch of wisdom.
We
Please
thank
give
God.
me what I need so I can post it in the description of this
Sure,
video so people can reach out. Thank
sure,
you
I
for
will.
standing as a help. Thank you for agreeing on coming. Thank you for agreeing coming. I
On
can't
live.
speak English anymore.
Thank you for
Thank you.
agreeing to come on live.
Thank you for agreeing to come on live with me.
Thank you
And
for
I
having me.
cannot wait to do this again on Thursday, on
Right.
Wednesday by
Yeah,
11 p.m.
Wednesday.
Same time
Yeah.
as this. So if you're here, please don't
Mhm.
miss. the spiritual effects of
Yes.
single parenting, praying the right way, and soul
Yes.
child. That's
Soul
what we're
tie.
talking about next week. I have to
Yeah.
leave to pick up my son. I will watch the rest.
All
We are
right,
already leaving
Teresa.
anyway,
Thank
Teresa.
you.
Lots of love, my
Have a
darling.
great time. We love you.
We love you, and reach out, reach out. Okay, so thank you so much. I am
You're
very
welcome.
grateful,
I'm
and God
grateful too.
bless you. Thank you.
Bless
So
you
please
too.
do as so that as this video is coming,
Sure.
the whatever. I'll call you.
Yeah, I'll send them to you now.
Okay, thank you so much. See you
You're
next week.
welcome.
Bye.
Bye.